Hey guys, it's Wendy here with Wendy's Plans, and today I thought I would bring you a little bit of a different video. So guys, this is going to be like an ink swatch organization kind of video. So stick around. Alrighty guys, so in another video I showed some of my swatches, ink swatches, and I believe I told you in that one that I was going to try to figure out a way to organize all of my inks, all of that kind of stuff. So that's what I've been working on. I'm going to show you what I have done, and any of the ink swatch videos that I have done, I will put a card up throughout this video so you can see that. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move some of this ink off. So this is what I have done. I have taken, it is a Canson pen and ink notebook. It's just a white paper. It's really good for ink and pen and ink. So that's what I am using. I don't know why I skipped so many pages, but I did. Okay, so this is where it started. Now, I'm going to tell you what I'm using and tell you where I got it, and I will link it below. I got the notebook at Michael's. I ordered a custom order from MandyLynnPlans, and I asked her to do me date dots, but not to put dates on them, to do consecutive numbers from 1 to whatever number it ran out, and to do me 2 pages of those. So I had her to do me, this one came from 1 to 156, and this one came 1 to 156. So my thought process was, when I'm matching ink to a kit, let me pull out a kit. I have one right here. Okay. So let's say I am working with this kit, and I want to match up my ink, my kit to an ink color. So I can bring my kit in here, and I can, run it through my inks that I've got swatched, and I can say, what is the color that I think goes the best with this? And I can just match up the ink. So I kind of liked one of these back here. I kind of like that grape, and I like this Noodler's Purple Heart. I don't have one, believe it or not, out of 90 some inks. I don't have one that I feel is like the perfect match, but I can get very close. So I can just match my kit, and then when I find that color, let's say I picked 15, then I go to my tray. I think 15 is in here. And I just look for the top, and it has that same number on it. That's not 15, but you get my drift. So I have ordered another ink tray. Let me show you my tray. So I have ordered more of these. These are the perfect trays to fit the Goulet pens samples. So I ordered, I've had this tray for a while. I've got another order out for a second tray. So what I decided to do is, I think these may even stack. I'm not sure 100%, but I think they will stack. In my drawer, they will just go back in the drawer. So this is my thought. For me, it is aggravating to, I can't really tell what color that is. And you just turn it and it's hard to tell what the color is. So I thought, okay, just watch it, then you can see what the color is. So after I did that, I swatched all my colors. And then I came back and I found this ink, because they're all labeled, like on the label it says fountain pen ink sample Noodler's Q Eternity quick dry ink. So I put that here, I swatched it, I put a 1 and I put a 1 on the top. And then I put it in my rack. So my thought process was, when I pick out an ink, I can just go and look for that number. Once I get my racks, I will put all the numbers in order. They're not really in order right now. So that was what I did. And then I thought, well, what are you going to do with your bottles? And I thought, well, why not do the same thing? Because some inks, I have a full bottle. And some of the inks, I have samples. And what happens is, if I find a sample that I like, I might say, oh, I want a whole bottle of that. And so, like, for this one is the Kosimosu. I know I just messed that up, guys. I don't know how to speak Japanese. I might want the whole bottle. This bottle was gifted to me from a friend for Christmas. And thank you very much. You know who you are. I love it. So I thought I could just put the number on the bottle, and I know what ink I want to use, and I'm not spending an awful lot of time searching through my inks, trying to find that color. It just, in my mind, it just clicked and said, just number each one of them the same. Now I know what you're thinking, but Wendy, what if you use Joy Sepia and you use up all your sample? Well, there's two things I can do. I can write on here and say, finished, used up, slash through it. That'll tell me that I don't have it. Or if I like it and think I'm going to use it again, I can just go to Goulet Pens and order that sample again, as long as they still have it. So I can refill the color, and if I think, oh, I really didn't use it a whole lot, or it's not one of my favorite colors, or I didn't like that brand, I don't have to buy it again. I can just mark through it, and then I know I don't have it. So guys, the other thing that I did is I even went back and swatched all of my ink vent calendar colors. And I did the very same thing. Let me see if I can get these tight in here. I did the very same thing with these. So here's the full bottle that I received in the ink vent calendar. You did get one full bottle. The other bottles are the little smaller bottles. Guys, I'm going to just tell you, there is a lot of ink in these bottles. I am definitely doing that ink vent calendar next year. If they have it again next year, I'm definitely doing it, because I have 25 bottles of ink, which is why I now have 93 bottles. So you take 25 from that, it's 68 maybe. I don't know. I think it's 68, if I did the math right. But by ordering that one calendar, that was a jump in my ink samples. For me, I like the ink samples for multiple reasons. One reason is I like to try the colors and see if I like them, because there's so many inks out on the market, and I haven't tried all the inks. I love the Pilot ink, which are these inks. So you can get these in two different kind of bottles. You can get the smaller bottle, or you can get the bigger bottle. When I find something that I really like, I get the bigger bottle. If it's something that I think I like, but I'm not going to use it as often, I get it in the small bottle. And I'm looking for the bottle that I was going to show you. Right. Okay, so this is the Fuyo Shogun. I don't know. This is a real pretty gray. Now, I love this color. This was the first Pilot ink that I got. I watched Jennifer from Chic Sparrow. She was using this color and I fell in love with it. The way it looked on her journal, I just loved it. And I thought that would be such a pretty color to use in pastels or in a winter kit or whatever. So I knew it wasn't something I would write with a lot, but I absolutely love it now. And I may wish I had gotten a full bottle, but you know, guys, I still have almost a full bottle and I've used it a lot. So this was basically the first jumping point where I got into piloting. And I really like those inks. But now I've got all these colors by Diamine, and I really like those. I had never tried many of the Noodlers inks, and the one that came in my subscription box from MandyLynnPlans was this Noodlers Q Eternity Quick Dry. And that's when I realized that I had a few samples. I didn't have a lot of the samples from Noodlers. So I went online with Goulet Pens and they had a sampler for Noodlers. And I ordered that. So the same thing with Monteverde. I had a lot of samples of that and I found out I do like that ink too. So if you're on the fence about an ink, it's a way to try it and not have a big investment. And honestly, I have a lot of inks that I can use. And some of these colors are not colors that you're going to use every single day. I'm not writing in a teal colored ink or a sepia color ink or this Motivation Orange, which is gorgeous. Some of these inks, it's not something that like Oxblood. That is a beautiful red. It is more of a burgundy red. It's more of a brown undertone. I love that. I'm not going to write with the light blue all the time, but this is a gorgeous color, and this pink, gorgeous. Again, these were gifted to me by a very special person, and I absolutely love those. But it's not something I'm going to keep in my ink pen, my fountain pen all the time. And for me, these sheens and pearls, I love those. And when I'm doing a special one that I'm going to use, I'm not going to fill my pen up with a lot of this ink because it scares me, the sheens and the shimmers and, you know, all of those things. I'm afraid it might not damage my pens, but it takes a little bit longer to clean those is what I'm trying to say. So some of these I know I'm going to use, but it's not something I'm going to keep in my fountain pen. I'm not going to fill it up and use it a lot is what I'm trying to say. But another thing is like the Diamine Eclipse. That is a beautiful blue-black ink. And I may fill up one of my pens with blue and just leave it blue all the time. I keep black in a pen all the time. I do keep pink in a pen all the time. Just saying, that's just one of my favorite colors. So for me, I needed a way to organize. So in my desk drawers, I have the IKEA desk, the Alex drawers. And so they have an organizational kit that comes in that. And in that you have two of these little boxes here, and then they have two that are half this size. So they're square, they're this size. And then they have one that is the size of both of these square. So in other words, this and the two square ones will fit down in it. And it fills up that Alex drawer. So I just pulled these out and I was like, these are perfect to corral all of my inks. Also, in that drawer, even the smaller, narrower drawers, you have deeper ones and then you have smaller ones. These will sit, this tray sits perfect. The depth of this one sits perfect in that drawer for the drawer to slide smoothly in and out, and they do not touch the top of the bottles. So it just kind of worked out perfect. So I've ordered another rack to put all of these inks in there. And then the biggest benefit of doing this, guys, is it gets all of these inks off of my desk. I create enough clutter and enough trash on my desk by myself without having inks everywhere. And so I like the look of the big bottle sitting on my desk, but my desk gets awful cluttered. And so for me, this is going to be better. The other benefit of this is when I get my RV and I hit the road, I'm taking my inks with me. It's only me. So if I want to take up a little space with my craft stuff, I'm going to do it. And I figure samples for me and having them in a rack like this, I can put these in a storage container and just pull out my inks and pick out the ink that I want. I have my samples, I've got this, and I am more contained. So guys, I hope you like this video. I was trying to figure out some videos that I could film ahead. So when I have my surgery, I have something to put up on those days that I really just am hurting too bad or just did not feel well enough to create a video. And I was so excited that it pushed me to do some of those videos that I've been wanting to do and I've just not done them. So guys, I hope you like this video, and I will leave a link below of where I got all of these. This bowl, it was from IKEA also. I don't know if they still have it, but I will link all of the, like the rack and the numbers and all of that. I will link it below so you will know where I got them. So guys, until next time, bye-bye.